All right,
I love that.
there it goes.
Roy, did you want to start the meeting as usual?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our monthly Lift Your Story Unite podcast. We're going to have a little short meeting. We're going to start out with introducing ourselves and telling a little bit about what we do. Sheila, do you want to start?
Okay, I'll start. I'm Sheila Sapp, as I said earlier. I have my own consulting business, Sheila E. Cares Educational Consulting and Services. I'm a former educator, school administrator, and I love working with families, parents, teachers, and students and school leaders. And my whole mission is to empower and to encourage people to be the best that they can be and to fulfill whatever their purpose is. God has given each of us a purpose in life. So I like helping people find that purpose. And I don't know if you wanted me to give you an update of what I've done recently. I can do that, or I can be quiet.
Well, let's let everybody introduce themselves and we'll come back to that, okay?
Oh, okay.
Aaron?
Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron Kono, also known as the Master of Cash Flow. I show that people think that cash is king, which is not true. Cash flow is king. You need a steady sort of cash flow coming in week after week, month after month, and that multiple sources of income is a very, very good thing because all jobs are not secure at all.
Okay. Al?
Hi, I'm Al Jones, a personal finance author and game developer located here in Phoenix, Arizona. What I talk about in my podcast interviews is my journey from having bad credit, around the 600 or so, to achieving what I have now, an 850 FICO score.
Wow.
Charles?
I'm Charles DeVries. I'm a master certified handwriting expert like Laurie Ann. So there's a total of 4 of us, and there's 2 of us on this call. So I have an interest in every branch of psychology, but particularly behavioral. And I have a fascination with human beings. And my intent is to not exactly create a whole new Hollywood, as it were, but I will emphasize an interest with particularly younger people to determine who they are and be able to extract their potential, creating new songwriters, new artists, new talent of various sorts. So that's my newest project I'm going to be working on.
Wow. Lorianne?
Lorianne is muted.
I'm muted. I'm pink and muted. I'm Lorianne, and like Charles, I'm a master certified handwriting analyst, a bulimia recovery coach, primarily for adults. And I've authored a couple books. One Roy contributed to, which is Makeup Not Required, How to Brand the True You. And the other one is How to Have Your Cake and Not Eat It All Too, a guide to adult bulimia. And then I have another one named Campy, the book. So.
I'm Roy Miller from Dallas, Texas. I'm Lorianne's podcast partner, and we are in the process of writing another book called Before It's Too Late.
There we go. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Yeah, thanks. It's nice catching up. So, Al, last time we talked, you were developing. I think you were in the process of developing a new game. Am I correct?
What we're doing is we're advancing what we currently have now. As I mentioned earlier, I'm the developer of Lyrics Guru. It's a song lyrics trivia game. And in the game, what we do, and specifically in the app, you can download the app on Google Play as well as the App Store. You download the game, and it's a song lyrics trivia game where you try to match the correct word found within the lyrics of the song. So in the game, what you get, you pick a genre, rock and roll, for example, and you're given a song title Blue Suede Shoes, an old Elvis song, and we give you a list of 4 words, for example, cat, dog, run, and step. And the object of the game is to guess which one of the 4 words is found within the lyrics of the song. So if you would have guessed step,
Yeah.
don't step on my blue suede shoes, for example, then you would get that correct. You try to get 8 correct within each category, then you get 8 categories completed, then you're the lyrics guru. So we've got an app that is out there and we're developing new opportunities. And also we are trying to secure licensing. That's one of the big things. We're trying to secure licensing with publishing companies, music publishing companies, to do some co-branding stuff. We wanted to interject their label or integrate their label within our app, so we would have a specific category for each label, Sony label, all the song lyrics and song titles, for example, on the Sony label. And that way people can play all the songs that are in the Sony publishing label, for example. So that's the kind of stuff we're working on now.
Okay, Sheila, what about your update?
Since the last time I was on, my 4th book is now available, titled The School Connection: Parents, Teachers, and School Leaders Empowering You for Life Success. I have participated in 2 book anthologies, and one has already been released. That's Live Your Faith Out Loud. And the other one will be launched next month, and that is 90 Women Who Pray. The other thing that I've done is I stepped out and I have enlisted my first guest, who I will interview next week, as a matter of fact. And I am continuing to subscribe or try to get on additional podcasts. And right now I'm in the middle of rewriting a story that I wrote in 2005 that has never been published. So I'm trying again.
Okay, cool. Lori Ann can put in the chat a podcast group you ought to try to get into,
Oh,
right?
but
Yeah, she's wanting to be on podcast.
yeah.
So Podmatch.
Oh, that's right too. Yes, I
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah,
Go to
put that
there
in
and
the
sign
chat.
up for that.
It's in the chat, Sheila. So Lori Ann.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a good
What
one.
does that do? What does Podmatch do? Let's see.
Matches up people that guest and host for podcast.
And that's how Lorianne and I met. Lorianne and
Okay.
Roy, that's how we all
I'll be
met.
right back. I'm gonna write that down too.
Okay.
Oh, I'm here, but I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay.
It's an excellent platform too, because they give you you have scheduling, so you know who's coming up, who you have that's already been done. And they also give you the chance to rate your guests, which is really nice. I haven't seen that in any other platform. We're pretty well using them exclusively now.
Yeah, Al, where do you rank? Do you know this week?
When I first started, within the month, I was 4. I was topped out at, I think, 2 during the month, but when they did the averaging, I think I averaged out number 4. Right now it's dropped a bit, but I'll keep working to see if I can work my way up. So far, what I was able to do was to book as a guest at least once a week. So I'm doing pretty good. So I'm just working on my numbers, trying to improve my ranking. But I'm real pleased with Podmatch. I go in, they've got a free and they've got a paid version. And each day, if not every other day, I'm going in there trying to find a match and pitching to them to have me on as a guest.
Well, I know you've always been in the top three for a long time there.
Yeah. The first month, I think it was last month, come to think of it, I was within the top 5, I think, like I said, top 3 or so. And once it averaged out at the end of the month, I think it was number 3 or 4. on the list.
You along with Tyler and John were right up there. I know
That
John
sounds about
has
right.
dropped
Sounds
down,
about
but Tyler's back up again. And it's so funny because that's a lot of work to get up there, though. I mean,
It's
they were
a
telling
lot,
me how
yeah.
many podcasts they did. I'm going, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah, it's a lot of work. Just what I do is pretty much every day, every other day, I'm going in there. I've got my spiel to where I'll do a match. If I see something even remotely close, I'll go ahead and pitch him. If it's somewhat obscure, I'll tweak my pitch just a bit and throw it at them. All they can say is no. So, so I highly recommend it. If you want to get your name out, if you want to work on your public speaking skills, then this would be a great platform. Pod Match, in my opinion, is a good platform to help you do that.
Okay.
The other nice thing is there's a community as well. I just love it. And it's very interactive. So if there's anything that, you know, if you have a book come out or anything like that, you can share it on that platform as well. It's just like a little kind of Facebook, but just for Podmatch people. So it's nice. And you get to know the people really well. And they have monthly, they call them mastermind, where you can be invited to learn more about Podmatch, you know, the whole podcasting, being a host or being a guest. So, yeah.
I've been on various shows throughout the globe. Just recently, I was a guest on a show out of Nigeria and was one, of course, here with you guys in Canada and Texas and Houston. Got one a little later on in about 20 minutes or so in Florida. So you get a chance to meet people from all over the globe. I can highly recommend, not paying me to say this, but I highly recommend Podmatch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Charles, if you and Sheila are looking for something, that would be the place to go.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's that sounds like when I start getting into my books and that, I can probably get kind of have the community thing going on, and somebody there will be able to put me in contact with. There are ways of getting a book globally advertised, as it were, for like, I don't know, a couple of grand, I guess, $2,000 or $3,000. The price of that kind of thing just keeps on dropping because it's so easy to make things global as of now.
Yeah.
So it's but there's people that are normally can put people in contact with things like that.
And having a great editor, in my opinion, is absolutely key. You may be able to write well in your eyes, but I recommend finding a good editor, and I found a real good editor.
You
Having
did?
a good editor to take your manuscript, shoot holes in it, bleed all over it, and then once it's done, then go ahead and kick it out.
Yep.
And what I did with mine is thought my manuscript was good. And of course, they're not paying me to say this either, but I kicked it over to this editing group called, oh, gee, I've got to remember the name of the group. It is, it's about an editing company out of back east. Anyway, so if you're interested in looking for an editor, give me a shout offline and I'll connect you to this editing company. And they do a lot of the editing work for the students over in Harvard and a lot of the Ivy League colleges back east. So if you're looking for some PhDs in English and PhDs in literature that can really shoot holes and bleed into your stuff, help you with the writing structure. Actually, it's Cambridge Editors. So that's the name of the group. Drawing a blank. So Cambridge Editors, PhDs in English, PhDs in literature, shoot holes in it, bleed all over it, and you'll come up with a good product. So if you're looking for an editor, I highly recommend that group over there.
All right.
And I know a
And-
book cover person too, if you need anything, Charles. I have a
What's
friend,
that?
he's out of India, but he's very good. He did help me with my book cover. And he's also helped me with the one that Roy is writing right now.
Who's that?
Very, Sumit. In fact,
Sumit. Okay.
he's
Yeah.
part of our group. So he's
Okay.
part of we still have, he's interviewed me, but we have yet to get him on our podcast. So
And
Yeah.
get your books in addition to in print, get it in
Kindle.
Kindle, yeah, get it in Kindle and definitely in audiobook as well.
Kindle audiobook.
Getting an audiobook. And record it have somebody to record it, but you be the actual voice speaking.
Right.
That
right.
way you don't have to pay somebody else any
Right.
more.
Well, and also people want to hear the actual author of things. They don't
Agreed.
want to have somebody else kind of step in. They like hearing the author of things. It's like it's almost like hearing music that's been put together by or I mean sung by a different person coming in on the radio. If it's something other than the author being the speaker. So that's a good idea. Kindle audiobook. What's is there any other sources there for places to put things?
Yeah, that's the only one that I can think of. And for the audiobook, I use Audio Exchange ACX, which is tied into Amazon, and just have a studio to record it, do all the cleanup, do all the editing. And from my experience, when you're reading it, if by chance, if you have any workbook sections in there, when you're reading it, you've got to think that the person is listening. So you can't say, all right, turn to page 2 and write XYZ. You've got to think that the person is actually listening to it. So please take a moment and think about, whatever. And then of course they'll record that pause to get them to have that space for them to think about it versus telling someone.
Right.
Actually,
Now, as far as editing for like typos and that kind of a thing, now that kind of thing can be done. Bart Baggett was telling us something about there's some place where he can basically speak into one of these things like that. I mean, just simply one of these word processing things. It's the artificial intelligence. It basically speaks something into something, hits send, and it goes to some outfit that basically it types it out, basically prints out whatever it is he's talking about. Three of the spelling errors and whatever, they send it back to him for like $49 or something like that. They'll actually do an entire book, I think.
Those are transcription services that you can get. I know my sister does transcriptions as well, and I've done it in the past, but it's a lot of work on your arms.
Agreed.
Yeah,
to say the least, because you got to, when you're talking, sometimes you got to say, comma, the word comma, for it to actually pick up a comma or period.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's dragon something.
Dragon naturally speaking.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that what these things are that was being talked about earlier? I mean, like Bart or something now.
Well, what Bart is doing, though, I know when he was talking about it, what he does do it into a recording, and then he sends it off to a transcription service, which quite often they have. I know how to do this too. There's something, speechnotes.co. I'll type it in. That's free, and you can record it into that. Like I can get something downloaded. However, you do have to check for all of the typing, like the typos, the commas, and that's where Grammarly can come in, but you still have to read it really carefully because because I did my book, How to Have Your Cake and Not Eat All Too. I did everything from start to finish, from editing, because I used to be an editor, so I took the chance of doing my own editing, the formatting, the book cover, and I uploaded it into Kindle and also as a hard copy on Amazon. And I'm really excited. I got my first $25 check. I sold 4. And one was in Italy. That's really cool.
Hi, Al.
I'm actually pretty good at it.
Can you say that Sheila's wanting to know the name of the audio? You said A something.
Ace, yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's check out. Yeah, A is an apple, C is in Charlie, X is an X-ray.com.
Okay.
ACX.
Thank you.
ACX. So they're tied into Amazon. So you can either set it up so somebody records you and it's your voice, and then you upload it to the service, or you can hire some of the voices, if you will, to record it for you.
And how much are they? Probably.
We'll say a couple of $100 for to do the recording. it was a couple of $100s. I can't recall how much the actual service itself is. I think it's a one-time fee to do that, but find a good recording studio, if you
Right.
will, that has some good equipment. And then if you're technically savvy, then you should be able to, for the most part, easily upload your content to ACX, because what you're going to need to do is upload it in each chapter of your book. So if you got multiple chapters of your book, you're going to have to upload, I think it's in WAV format, upload each chapter in sequence to the service. And then they'll sync it with
Okay.
Amazon if you have your book on Amazon.
So upload each chapter in wave sequence. You said?
Check this website specifically to get all the details, but pretty much it's either going to be more than likely a .wav format or MP4. I'm leaning towards probably a WAV format. Your audio person at the recording studio, if they're worth their weight in gold, they should be able to understand what formats. But take a look at acx.com and check out what the requirements are for your audio files.
Okay.
So Aaron, what's been going on with you?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I went on my first little, I can't think of the technical term, but it was pretty much a Zoom with like 20 people that we all networked together and stuff. And it was pretty interesting because I counted how many people there were and how much time there was to see when I was going to go. And I knew that the time that she gave was not accurate at all. Like she didn't give any time in between the people, like at all. And then she didn't give like breaks. She had like 5-minute breaks in between, but because she didn't give any time in between the people, and she didn't give overtime, because you're gonna have to give wiggle room. You can't just give people split amount of minutes. You're gonna have to give people wiggle room. But because she didn't give any wiggle room, and because she didn't give any time in between, because she talked for about a minute and a half in between each person, so it extended out like an hour and a half or so. But it was a good time. It was interesting. Never did one of those before, but other than that, last couple of days I wasn't feeling good at all because I had some sort of food poisoning that I think I got from eating chicken. But I still went to things, but now I feel like 110% better. And then I was also working on my landing pages and email and funnel. And then I'm going to be working on my email sequence for my domain that I just came out. That I just bought it a couple weeks ago. And then I gave it to them when I was at the little group. But right now it's only sending to my Calendly link. But then it's going to go into my funnel after I get the funnel squared away and stuff.
I saw you posted a picture of your video setup.
Yes. Oh my freaking gosh. I want to message half those people and wonder why they think it's flipping real. Like, why would I have such a big flipping camera above my laptop? Like, that makes no sense. Oh my God. I was very surprised on how many people thinking it was real. I'm like, and I was just going with them, and then there was two or three people that realized that the people were not correct and stuff. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. It's freaking a huge camera from like the 1970s. Why would I have that to record stuff with, man? Yeah, that was really funny. And I just made that on that. None of those things are mine at all. That was the image that I got online. And then I found the camera that I put, and then I finished it off on that app that starts with a C that I can't think, Canva. I finished it off on Canva and stuff. But yeah, I was very surprised on some of those comments on there. Holy cow.
I saw that and I thought, man, that camera is freaking huge. You know, you can do that on a cell phone, couldn't you?
Yeah, like that's normally when I do my Facebook lives and videos and stuff, I normally just use my cell phone. That's normally what I use. And then I put it on one of my 25 tripods that I have. But no, yeah, that camera was completely fake. I can't believe people believed it at all. It was crazy.
You got to remember, if it's on Facebook, it's true.
Which is very true, because there was another post I did that Grant Cardone was asking to be friends with me. And I clicked on his name, and obviously it wasn't him, it was a fake person. And then all these posts on that, when I put that post on there, pretty much saying it was a fake person, you know, all these people were saying, oh, your wish is commanded, oh, everything's good for you now, blah blah blah. I'm like, you guys, oh my gosh, it's not real. Stop being gullible, because if you keep being gullible, you are going to fall for some crap, and then you are going to be screwed.
There's so much out there. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting this stuff for somebody, you know, like their friends you on Facebook, and they go, hey, have you heard about this program where you get all this from the government, you don't have to pay it back and all this stuff? And I'm going, not interested. And then I get, oh, but you don't understand. This is real. Still not interested. Please, no more, you know.
Worst one is they hijack your friends. So I had a girlfriend of mine since I was 11, and I added her on Facebook. Now all of a sudden she pops up in my messenger saying that exact thing, right? That you can get this lump of money, and I did it. I'm going, this isn't Kathy. I know Kathy too well. She wouldn't fall for that. And it's, yes, they literally hijack it. So it was, everything was the same, right? But that's what they do.
Yeah.
One of the things I noticed on Facebook is the profiles have a similar structure. Most of the time, the individual that wants to friend you is single. And then what I do is I scroll through to see what their pictures look like in the first couple of posts. If it's just some random pictures, like, okay, this is bogus. If it looks reasonably okay, I'll accept. And then most of the time, it seems as if they'll send you a messenger notification and have, how are you doing? ? In the messenger note. Then, okay, you're fake, delete.
I love the ones that I check.
Why do they do that? Why do they put that question there instead of, are they just, I mean, obviously they're leading into something, but why do you think that they would start off with that one? Just simply because they can't think of anything else? Generic robot thing?
That could be it. That could be it. It could be anything from, you know, in my opinion, but that, you know,
Just
just
to
a call
start a
to
conversation.
people to start talking.
Yeah, just to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Ask you a question so you can respond.
And provide personal details. It's like, oh, how are you doing? Oh, my father is doing this and my sister's doing that.
There we
So that's
go.
more personal info
Excellent.
they can extract from
Right,
you.
okay.
I love the ones that friend me, and I go on there and I look at their friends, and it's all women. Boy, there's something wrong here. So yeah, no. Those happen on Instagram too. And I know absolutely that if they're private, they don't have any information, I don't add them. And again, I go check. And if it's all women and there's no men in there, I'm going, you know, and they're following, you know, 1,000, but only 30 of them are following back. And I'm going, yeah, no.
Or if they have no picture and it's a little ghost image, delete.
Yeah, automatic. No picture, don't go any farther.
You guys want to have some fun though, really, like follow, I'm blanking out here doing the out thing. Rob Anspach.
Oh.
Funniest thing, he'll post about, you know, the scams, and he'll even post little scripts about when he knows it's a scam on the phone, but he'll answer it anyway, and he'll just mess people up. And he's been
Who's the name of that guy?
Sorry?
Who's
Rob,
the name of
I'll
that
write
guy?
it in because he is part of our group, and he was on one of our podcasts, and he is funny. And of course, he loves sarcasm. So he spends his time answering these things just out of pure sheer fun. And he does have a book out, Rob versus the Scammers.
He's got like 30 books out, but yeah, he's got one called Rob versus the Scammers. I think that's the first one he did.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
So
but yeah,
that was funny.
I just don't have the time to waste with them. You know, I got better things to do than, you know. So anyway, that's just for me personally,
Yeah.
but
I have one, and I feel bad because I think he's from Kenya. And he asked, "How are you doing, sister?" He's a pastor, and he's got all the pictures are proven that's that. But the minute that you say hi back, then now I'm getting all the videos, the pictures, and I've got all these orphans, and I know where it's going to go to and lead to. So I think it's wonderful what he's doing, and obviously it's got to be legit because I
Well-
checked his email. I mean his Facebook, but
Yeah, some of that I have to be really careful of too. I mean, people see in 2014, let's see here, the US approved some of these so-called the do-gooder organizations, which we all try to be part of, except that if you look into you look into these organizations under the looking glass, you find out that they can claim up to 95% of the expenses in administration as long as they're giving 5% to whatever it is that their cause is. They can collect up to 95%. So if you send them $100, the actual cause might only be getting 5.
Profit in nonprofit.
Yeah, and they call it
yeah,
nonprofit. Yeah. It's just, it's absolute crookery. That was 2014 here in the US.
that's better than being in business. 95% nonprofit. In
Sure.
business, you hope to get 10%.
So, I mean, that's with any of these, and they feature these poor little kids that are starving and whatever, and and the same thing with the military, the ex-military, like those who've been hurt, injured,
Yeah.
injured veterans. You gotta be careful of those too. So some of it's just a scam. So I just help the individuals directly.
well, crazy stuff.
Sheila,
Well,
you indicate that you use Fiverr for your logos. One of the company that I use, and they're not paying me to say this either, is a company called Biz, B-I-Z dash, like a little subtract symbol, logo, LOGO.com. They're based out of South Africa. And with them, my experience when you're getting people to do your logo, consider how it would look on a huge billboard as well as something really tiny as a pen. If it's too detailed in its graphics, it's going to blur out in your smaller versions of that logo. With this company, I've learned, what they will do is they will, in addition to a bunch of the other stuff, they will provide multiple formats of your logo. They'll provide the JPEG, the PNG, and various other formats for use on it, as well as send you a trademark ownership, per se, because someone could do your logo, send it to you, you pay, and they haven't processed any transfer of the graphics work to you. So they could come back and later say, hey, that's ours. So with this company, I've been really pleased. If you want to talk offline about using them, I've been pretty pleased with them as well.
BIZ-logo.
BIZ, yeah, BIZ-logo, LOG, LOGO. So I'm looking at that now, www.biz-logo.com. Yeah, bizlogo.com.
Okay.
Did you get that, Sheila?
Thanks, I got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can buy some of the templates and modify it a bit. Or you can have them do some custom work. And most of the time, I'll give them have them to do some custom work and collect all the colors that you have in your logo. So let's say you have, blue and white in your, in your logo. Well, blue on the whole color spectrum, each color has a code number associated with it. So you want to collect and get from them, and they'll provide to you the specific codes for the colors in your logo. So when you do it in print, whether you do it online or wherever, you have those specific codes that you can use so your logo will be consistent across the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great tip.
Yeah, something very good to know. I do a lot of Photoshop, so that's those color codes are very important to match. So
Yeah, Lori Ann's a whiz in color in Photoshop.
it's fun.
All right, my good people, I got to check out. I've got another one coming up. So thank you all
Okay.
for
Thanks
chatting
for
with me.
coming on, Al. It's good
Good
to
to
see
meet
you
you,
again.
Al.
It's been a pleasure. All right, have a good day.
All
Take
right,
care.
bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, cool.
Anybody else have anything else?
Sheila, did you have anything
I
for
think,
us?
let me. See, I forgot to mention that I had 2 articles published in a digital magazine titled Purpose Driven Women rather. And I'm having another article published next month that I wrote for, I think the title of the magazine, the name of the magazine is Mississippi Gulf Coast Women. So, and what I'm trying to do is, I had my website redesigned, and I have a blog section. So I'm trying to build that up with articles and to just get that experience to talk on different subjects related to my books having to do with education and school leadership and teacher education and so forth. So
Congratulations,
I
that's
think
great.
that's it.
So I'm curious, Erin, what is the name of your website?
The name of the website that I have right now?
Yeah.
It is, well, I know I have it right on my desktop since I've been messing with it. That's the second one. That's the other page. Okay, this one is, I have to find the domain that I picked for it. Okay, there it is. It is, should I copy and paste it or should I?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of these clicky things are not clickable yet since I have not put them in there. I've been
Looking
messing.
good though. I like the fact that it's really simple. I find that, sometimes I get into a website and there's so many different tabs and so much information that I literally lose interest.
Oh, I know. There's this dude that I paid for a lot of money and then he charged me another $1,000. So I pretty much, I can't think of the technical term, whatever it's called when you call it the credit card and report them or whatever, and because the first Zoom sucked, it was ridiculous. And his website's horrible. And now, because he's really splurgy about sell, because he was under Grant Cardone pretty much. Grant Cardone is the main mentor. But now a big thing that he's splurging out is for, I think, $17,000. You can pay to get your Instagram a blue check mark and 10 Instagram followers. Yeah, and I don't really give
$17,000.
17, yeah, $17,000. And hurry up because there's only 1 or 2 spots left. That- That's what he says every time on his.
Wow,
But I'm telling you right now, if 20
that's a
people
lot of
come,
cash.
if 20 people come, he's not gonna be like, oh, sorry, I can only take 2 of you 20. I can't take everyone else, so. But I went to his website. His website's not very good. He doesn't even use Vimeo, is it? Or Vimeo?
Vimeo.
Vimeo. He doesn't use
Yeah.
Vimeo for his videos. So when the videos get done, I can click on videos that I've watched on YouTube multiple times, and then I'm off of his website. And there's so many buttons he has on his websites, and his 2 of his videos are not landscape, they're the other way, and yeah. There's so much stuff he can fix, but he's charging so much money
Yeah.
for
Well,
his expertise.
charging and getting the money is 2 different things.
Yeah.
Very true.
Hopefully he's not getting that much from anybody. Yeah.
Well, he just did a trip to, he just flew to Chicago, then he went to South Wisconsin here, and then he went to Michigan to see 3 clients. So I think those clients are paying him a buck or 2 for sure. So, and they're saying he's great and amazing. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I need to spend the 17,000 to do it. I'm good.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
decided,
oh,
so I was gonna say, I decided a long time ago. I've been doing websites since 1993 when we were doing hot dog and HTML programming. But now I look at it, I mean, if you get a WordPress, you can even get a free one to start with. I mean, our Lift Your Story is free, although I have the domain name that I just forward to it. But once you get there, you'll see it says liftyourstory.wordpress.com, but they won't know because I can say go to liftyourstory.com, takes you there. We don't pay anything. There's a few ads, but they're not that, they're not that intrusive at all. And they're so easy to do. They give you so many templates. It's like I could get something done within 2 hours. Then, of course, you have to put the content in it. But they've got super nice templates, so advanced from when I first started. It's crazy. But I thought, and people are saying WordPress is really hard. It's not. They're making it harder than it is. Literally, I could teach somebody. I can have you, Aaron, or Charles or Sheila, I can have you guys on a tutorial, and within an hour or 2 hours, you'd be able to know enough what to do.
So if you want to spend $17,000, Aaron, hire Lorianne. You'll get a lot more. And it'll be good.
a lot more done. Right.
Yeah, and she'll do all kind of stuff. A lot more than he's doing.
Aaron, I've got a different sort of question for you. I just noticed your site looks like ironized alkaline water. I have, this is totally off the topic, just something for you. I've got a water ionizer. It's a 7-plate platinum titanium unit that I haven't used in about 4 years. It needs I pulled the filters out of it, but it needs the water that's been left in there. It needs that pushed out, and it needs a good cleaning. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm moving away from here, and it needs to go somewhere. And whoever it is that moves into this house isn't going to have a use for it. So I'm wondering if you would know where to send something like that. Those things run about $2,200 bucks. New. I mean, it's not worth anywhere near that now, but it's practically new. I've changed out the filters on it once so far, but do you do anything like that? Figure out what to do with those things?
No, you'd have to call the company, whatever company that you had, that you got it from itself. And I know with me personally, it takes a little bit of time to learn to use it and stuff, because with your water, can you have any kind of, can you get really acidic water versus the ionized 9.5?
Yeah, you can go really high on either very, very high alkaline or very high acidic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because then you would want to the person that would want that would be someone that would know what the hell they're doing with it, obviously. Because if they don't know what the hell they're doing with it and they don't know how to clean it and change the filter and stuff, then it would be really pointless for them. You have to be really knowledge, not really, it doesn't take a long time, but you have to know what the hell you're doing. I don't know. I would just call the company that you got it with and see what they would have to say with it.
Can you not resell it though? Like, could you not put it on like Facebook Marketplace or something if you wanted to?
I don't know. It's I prefer it went to the correct location, somewhere that would correctly sell it, someplace that normally deals in that sort of thing, because I mean it isn't exactly the Facebook item, I wouldn't think,
Okay.
for that kind of thing. But it's just sitting there, and I'm in the process of moving. I told Ariane about where I'm planning on going and that, and unfortunately there's a lot of things of mine that have to go. So yeah.
You're not going to take half the stuff with you?
No.
This is a whole life change for him.
Yeah.
Pretty well, selling the house and backing up and going.
Yep.
I'll be
Sell the
selling it.
house, sell all my stuff,
Uh,
and book a flight.
I think it's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
At least you're going to a safer place than you had originally was thinking about.
Yeah, I'm
Happy
thinking
about that part.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, thanks,
This is,
Ariane.
yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. Anybody else? Roy, do you have anything to share?
No, just appreciate everybody coming today. It's always good to catch up with everybody, and see what's going on. And, we appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to spend with us.
Oh, we appreciate having this. You guys were the ones that really put this thing together, and you made it possible for all of us to get together and to get familiar with each other. So we appreciate the time that you've invested in this. You and Lorianne, this is a great thing. Now, this is called this is a podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, when you upload this, does it go on YouTube, or where does it go to?
Yeah, we put it on the YouTube on, if you look up Lift Your Story
Okay.
on YouTube, you'll find us. All of our previous ones are up there too. Even our podcasts, we have them with the actual YouTube as well.
Okay.
And we don't put this on podcast though, but we also upload it to the group. So,
Yeah.
and we still need you on our podcast, Charles. Okay, like you've got some pretty cool stuff, and you should connect too with Alan Stevens. He's a profiler.
Okay.
Yeah, we were going to shut off our videos when he came on and said that he does facial profiling. No,
Alan, what's his name?
Alan Stevens.
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 And he's looking for possibly, he's training people to do what he does because there's not a lot of them out there, and he's retiring at some point. So it may be something to talk to, because you guys, that's a similar interest, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can watch his YouTube too. It's up there and you can see he's quite an interesting fellow.
Stevens, Stevens.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And he has is that the name of his YouTube channel?
No, you find it on Lift Your Story.
Oh, okay.
And you can see him on our YouTubes, our interview with him.
Mhm.
And there should be all his connections in the notes under the YouTube, because I write all that stuff in. All the notes are there. But he's also, did he join our group? I don't know if Alan did yet.
I think he did. I think it seems like I approved him, but I'm not
Okay.
sure, but I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, so like with Cindy and with Sherry, you can check to see if Alan is on there too, and he'd be in our group though, not the page, the group, where you
Yeah.
found the link.
Yeah, this group.
All right.
Okay. All
Have
right,
a great
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
over the Sunday, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
for
a
all
lot.
of the resources.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Okay.
When's our next meeting?
The last Sunday of June,
Okay.
whatever
All
that
right.
is. I don't know.
You're still here, right? You're not on vacation on that time, right? Roy?
Yes, I will be on vacation. Yes.
Okay, so yes.
Yeah.
Roy will be on vacation, but yes, it's the last.
But I still may be able to come on my cell phone.
Okay. That'll be good. So yeah, June, that will be the 27th. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there'll be another event showing. I'll get it up a little earlier this time. Sorry about that. I've been struggling with my anxiety and stuff and not getting things done as quick as I should this last couple of weeks. So, but we'll get back there.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
All right, guys.
Bye.
All
Bye.
right. See ya.